Hey guys, what is up everybody and welcome to a new video. And in this video I want to share with you my experience of using SW-Motech DUSC cases. And in this video I actually want to go through all the pros and cons for these cases. And meanwhile I will also be comparing them to aluminum cases. The most known ones are Trax ADV from SW-Motech. We know there is like mainly three types of luggages which are available on the market, and typically people use aluminum cases. Mostly you can see them on heavy big ADV motorcycles. Then you have soft luggage, and those are used like soft bags. They're used mostly on adventure, off-road adventure motorcycles where people don't need extra weight. They want to be as much compact as they could. And also there is plastic cases which are typically used for touring motorcycles or adventure touring motorcycles. And for a long time SW-Motech, they didn't have plastic version, right? So they had either aluminum cases or soft luggage, and they have variety of those. Last year they introduced DUSC, which by what they say is the most versatile luggage case or luggage solution they have. And for me it was super interesting to try those cases over the long time, because as you might know already, we run motorcycle tours and rentals here in Montenegro, so we cover in Balkans, and we mostly focused on touring and adventure touring and sport touring segment. So we don't really need aluminum cases, and plastic cases are good ones. And if you're familiar with Yamaha Tracer lineup, you will see that some of the Yamaha Tracers, they come with their own version of plastic cases. And the thing is, not all people like them. And we have these motorcycles which are Explore edition or Explore package. So they're different in a way that they have sort of more robust protection. They're most suited for riding back roads or some sort of, you know, gravel roads sometimes. It's not off-road motorcycles, of course, but sometimes we go to the areas where the roads are not that good, and that's where these motorcycles are meant to be. So they have all those like extra layers of protection. We came up with the idea, why not to try those cases on the motorcycles, see how it goes during their season, and after the season basically understand what they are, right? And in this video actually I want to share that with you. So let me go through all their, let's say, advantages or pros which I could find with these cases. So number one is they are plastic. Being plastic, it means that they are lightweight. So in most of the cases, as you guys know, when you ride through the day and in the evening you go to the hotel room, so what you're gonna do, you're gonna take your case of the motorcycle and you're gonna bring it with you to the room, right? Because you have all your luggage there. And what happens with aluminum cases, typically you need to do it with both hands, right? The good solution here, they have this like grab rails, and they're super comfortable, let's say, or super spacious, but that's not it. What you can also do, you can use, and that's what we do actually, so we use these inner bags which are pretty well organized inside. It has, you know, the bag has plenty of pockets and internal sections. You go to the room, you basically unpack and then you pack again, you put all your stuff here, and then you just like bring it here, put it inside, lock the bag, and off you go. And speaking of the locking the bag, it is also really nice locking solution up here, because as you can see, I don't use my key. Everything I do here, so if I want to take it off from the bike, I do it without the key. If I want to open it, I do it without key as well. And that, as you may know, not the case with aluminum cases, because with aluminum cases you cannot open the case without the key. So every single time when you need to open it, you need a key. You cannot remove the aluminum case from the motorcycle without the key as well. So if you're somehow, somewhere in the wild, you bended your key or you lost your key, which we actually had the situation during the summer, and we could not open the case, and there is a problem. Where here you don't usually lock the case, right? Because during the day you don't really need to lock it. And then even if you lost the key, you still can do stuff with this case. You still can continue riding. You still can continue using this case during the trip. You might not be able to lock it, but at least you can continue your journey. And in the end of the day, if you decide that you want to keep the case on the motorcycle and you want to secure it, or even during the day when you go, you know, to the restaurant or, you know, just take a walk around the city, you can just simply lock it. It cannot be detached from the motorcycle and it cannot be opened, which is nice. I mean, I really like it. So if you ever owned or used touring or sport touring motorcycle, that's how it typically would work. The next thing, which is also good about these cases, is that they are super durable. So they actually flexible, but they still durable. Again, if you ever dropped your motorcycle with aluminum cases, you know that when you drop it, even stand still, just lay it on the ground, sometimes what happens, at the point of contact with the ground, aluminum case will bend and it does not come back. It does not restore the shape, right? So once it's bended, it is bended. But it also can be bended from inside. So what happens here, all those systems, they have like pretty robust rails here. And when you lay the bike on the ground, this frame, it will push from inside and it will bend aluminum case from inside, which is not the case with this plastic one. So it's sort of work in a way that these plastic cases, they absorb impact. And also, you know, with aluminum cases, for instance, once it's bended from inside, because it has vertical load, it might not be waterproof anymore, right? With this case, no worries at all. Like you can drop the bike, you can drop the case. It's still pretty much waterproofed, like sealed as it should be, and there is basically no problem with those cases. So that's what I like about them. They're flexible, they're durable, and they're super easy to use or reuse even after you drop the motorcycle. Another good thing about these cases, they are symmetrical. So what it means that left case can be installed on the right case can go to the top case position. You can simply rotate them, right? If you somehow break this case, you don't really need to look specifically for the right side case, because with aluminum cases, you guys know, they side based. So it means that right side case cannot go to the left, because the way how they are mounted onto like these rails, that's how it works. It's just like right side only for right side forever. It cannot go on top, it cannot go to the left, so there is no rotation. Here you can rotate. For instance, if you have 3 cases system, right? So you have left, right, and top. Let's say you break one of these. What you can do, you can order another one online, and while you're waiting, you can just take your top box, put it to the right, and you can use 2 cases, you know, so you're not left without the case, which is nice. Also for us, because we have a fleet of these motorcycles, we don't really need to keep spare set of the cases. It's enough to have 1-2 extra cases, because I know that if on one motorcycle one is broken, I can take another one, just put it there and continue riding. If another motorcycle break it, like if it's broken on another motorcycle, again, you can take second case, you can put it there. You can shuffle them, you can rotate them. Super simple, super versatile. And you know, those mounting systems are really nice because they're being symmetrical. And also, why they're good? They're good because even after a long time of use, I still don't have any movement. Again, if you ever used aluminum cases, you know that over the time they get loose, right? Because you put your bike onto the ground, sometimes you bump into something while riding motorcycle, typical, you know, panniers story, and then they start to create the noise because they move. And with these plastic ones, no, there is no free play, and that's what I like. That's what I like about it. So they're silent all the time. And the last thing which I want to mention is probably the way how they look. I think it's all matter of personal taste. But I would say they're super, yeah, like good looking, modern looking cases. They have all those like practical elements. You can hook some stuff on top of that. You can put things here. And yeah, it looks nice with even with a sport touring motorcycle. So now we're going to talk about cons for these cases, right? So things which did not really work well. And I would start first with probably comfort. So what I mean by comfort, as I mentioned before, these cases can be used as side panniers, and they can be used as a top case when it goes here. And honestly speaking, I can judge by Yamaha Tracer. Maybe on other motorcycles it's going to be a little bit different story. But the thing is, number one, there is no backrest support, right? So the reason why I'm saying about it, because typically when you have top case and you ride with the passenger, they use top case as a support for the back, right? Because they're kind of like relaxing up there, they're enjoying the views. Here, there is no way you can put anything soft, right? There is no paddings, nothing. Like you cannot put here. After some time, that will hurt. And that's number one thing which I don't like about these cases, if you ride bike with a passenger. Another thing which you're probably not gonna like when you ride with a passenger is that there is not enough legroom for the passenger. Because of the shape, it's like sort of square shape, right? And not much distance between foot pegs and in the pannier. So what you might face is going to be uncomfortable. It just like might not be, if they maybe a little bit like moved a little bit backward, it's going to give a little bit more space for the passenger, but overall probably you're not going to ride them for a long distance with someone on the back. So these two things which are definitely you need to consider if you're riding together with your best half. They almost magnetic to the dirt. You have this texture here, so the dirt gets inside, and even if you have sort of towel, not easy to clean. So you actually need to wash it with the pressure to make them clean again. And because those cases they are black, any sort of stain or dirt whatsoever, it becomes really visible really quickly. So that's what I don't like about it. Also, in terms of scratches, it's so easy to scratch. I don't know why. So the next thing which I probably should mention is these internal, how you call them, straps or connectors or support lines. So basically you have those kind of connector lines right inside. They are plastic ones. And the goal here is to connect the main part of the case and like this opening cup or opening side of the pannier. And the thing is, when you load your stuff, when you load the pannier with your stuff, so those things they come off really easily. So almost every single time when you load it, like fully loaded, these lines they will just like detach and like fall like this. I mean, it's nothing bad or nothing like, I don't know, nothing special, but it is a little bit annoying. So that's what you definitely need to know, because without them this part would not be supported. And then of course when you put your inner bag, which is actually SW-Motech, as you can see. So when you put your inner bag here, right, so you put it there and you start to close the pannier, what happens sometimes this thing goes sideways. So it is like between two parts of the pannier, and like I don't really like it, because you always need to pay attention for that, right? And if you're someone who does not want to be bothered by that, so that can be again a little bit annoying. Another thing which you also should keep in mind, So you have some sort of pins here, right? So this pin is responsible for opening mechanism. And over the time, those pins, they come off. So you're maybe because of vibrations, maybe because of, I don't know what it could be. But anyway, over the time, they go sideways, so you always need to pay attention and put them back. Otherwise, you can lose them, and then you know, it will be a little bit tricky to fix this locking mechanism. Here, you have it as well. So you always need to pay attention. It's not a big deal, but you just need to know about it. And the last thing which I want to mention is that if you talk about full face helmets, they cannot be fitted in. Even if you use the bigger size of the pannier, which is 41 liter, I don't know why, but any helmet larger than large will be difficult to lock inside the pannier. Because, you know, typically when you have OEM cases, at least they can accommodate, you know, one helmet per case. And sometimes top boxes, they can accommodate even 2 helmets, which is nice. So that's something to keep in mind. Rather than that, I mean, perfect solution. And I think that like I'm fully satisfied with what they are. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section below. I hope it's been helpful, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.